What's going on, guys? And today we're going to be reviewing some My Hero Academia Episode 1. And today I'm joined by Nick. And let's just start off this conversation by talking about Izuku's the main character's name, right?
Yeah, maybe? Yes.
His facial expressions are fantastic
Beautiful.
24/7. Like,
Yes.
from the mouth, like, flapping like he had wings when he was on All Might's back as he flew, to the creepy smile while he was crying, to the head shaking back and
What
forth
the
as he
fuck?
was watching the
What the
video
fuck?
in the chair.
It's beautiful, man. It's fucking beautiful. What do you mean?
And then, like, the snot coming out of his nose at the end of the preview. It's just, it's brilliant. This kid is, I think, everyone's spirit animal deep down.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's so relatable too. He's like every single one of us sitting there at home on a keyboard watching someone on YouTube being like, you know, I want to be like that someday. I want to play a guitar, or I want to act in big movies. It's literally never gonna happen, but I'm gonna keep telling myself it will, and then keep progressing through life and things get worse. Onto a
Oh.
brighter subject. On the whole, I thought
mean,
that. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
no, you're not wrong there.
On the whole, I thought that episode was pretty good, if a little bit generic as a starting. I mean, like, I'll be.
Yeah, they did their basics very well. They established at least what can be considered a rival.
Yeah, I don't even remember the blonde dude's name.
I don't think they ever said it.
I think they did, but it was like once. I don't know. I'm terrible with character names. It takes me a bit to get them.
Whatever, fire, boom guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there we go. Boom.
they established a rival well. They established the main character's motives and background extremely well.
Yeah, I mean, he's
I'll give
basically
that.
Batman. He's like, yo, so you got powers. I'm gonna find some kryptonite, and I'm gonna beat the crap out of you. But,
Oh my god.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like, it feels like a pretty semi-typical, like, first episode of a shonen type of thing. I'll be honest, in the school scene where blonde boom guy had his hand on his shoulder and stuff, like, everything out of that reminded me so much of the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! I forget, did you ever watch the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh?
Nope.
Okay, because, like, literally there's a scene where, like, Yugi and Kaiba are, like, Kaiba's pretty much just bullying him in the school. Or not, like, bullying him, but, like, talking down to him and stuff in the school. And then I thought, in this show, like, basically they're going to end up throwing down later in the episode. And then somehow, like, Izuku, or whatever his name is, ends up outsmarting the boom guy and actually beats him. Because that's pretty much how Yugi beats Kaiba. Kaiba was, like, a prodigy who everybody expected to win. He ends up playing against Yugi, and Yugi basically outsmarts him and trusts his cards more and wins. I don't know, I saw something sort of like that coming. It seemed very shonen-esque. Instead, we got slime, I'm gonna take over your body, dude.
I feel like that's a fetish. I think that's a fetish.
I mean, there's one of those for everything. So,
Yeah.
it was pretty, like, freaking... That was so weird. Like, he just casually, like, pops out of the sewer and he's like, so, your body? About to be mine now.
Yeah.
And just starts, like...
Yeah, that just popped out of nowhere. Like, I don't know. I thought that was kind of me.
It was... And then, like...
If not.
When All Might captures him, he has him in, like, these soda bottles.
Yeah.
And he's, like, holding him like he's in some kind of a commercial for, like, Coca-Cola. Like, buy your slimy monster drink here.
I think. Wait. How does that even work? It's like his body's in two separate bottles.
Yeah.
Is that even? Like, actually, the way the sun thing works, it's like its eye is. Wait, where the fuck's its brain? How does it function? Totally.
Dude, it's anime logic. We can't question it too much. It's not gonna actually
But
work
it's like
out.
his body is split in half. How? What the fuck?
It's in the two separate containers.
Yeah, like Nani. What?
I don't know, man. It's pretty good. I also felt so...
That is the main question of this episode.
Yeah. I also felt so terrible for the mom. Like, can you imagine being the parent to a kid and basically being like, you literally can't do what it is that you want to do. Like, it is physically impossible.
Yeah, that would suck.
And, like, she's probably sitting there thinking, like, it's my fault. I am, like, his biological parent. That's awful to be in that situation.
By the way, you're adopted.
I mean,
By the way.
he's good. I mean, that's the way to opt out of it. That's the way to, like, dodge the bullet. But he's
No,
gonna...
that's the reason why he doesn't have a quirk. It's because he's fucking adopted.
Yeah. No, he's like a clone of somebody or something. I don't know. No. That's not what I was getting at. What I was getting at is, like, that's the mom dodging blame, being like,
Yeah.
it's not my fault.
It's never my fault. But...
My God, that's terrible. No, freaking, like, oh man, you made me lose my train of thought. Oh, like, let's just talk for a second about that blood dripping out of All Might's mouth. Like, what the frack?
I
Like-
mean, you said while we were watching, you said something about you thinking that he just takes drugs to get his quirk.
Yeah, like, no joke. There was one time I was discussing, like, fictional superheroes with a group of people, and I was like, I'm surprised nobody's come up with something that's, like, the equivalent of, like a character that, like, takes drugs of some sort that makes them, like, pseudo-invincible for a period of time, but then it has major consequences every time it wears off. Like, as weird
Well,
as...
I feel like...
Oh, go ahead.
No.
Go ahead. Sorry, your mic cut a second.
Oh, yeah. So you mean... But the thing is, I feel like people wouldn't make that because that superhero would feel like... not really superhero, I guess.
Yeah, but, like, I could see him doing kind of, like, a counter-hero thing like that. I don't know. I also think it's, like, interesting potential setup as foreshadowing that at the end the kid's like, so can someone who doesn't have a quirk even do what you do? It's almost like they're trying to imply that All Might doesn't have a quirk. He's just kind of compensating for it in some way.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's also possible they went the old Captain America route and he had, like, major surgery crap done.
You are not naturally a hero. You must use
I mean, he
science.
might as well be he's like Captain America bred with bandit teeth. He's like, I got super strength, I can fly, I fight people, but I'm also, like, literally American all over the place for some reason. I mean, what was it? Texas Punch was, like, what do you call this?
Texas Punch. I think it was Texan Punch or Texas Punch. I don't
Something
know.
like that. Like, what?
Texas
What?
Punch.
This was
It's
supposed
beautiful,
to... I
man.
thought this show took place in China. Like,
China? This is Japan, motherfucker.
oh my God. Then,
Nah.
oh man. Just, I don't know. On the whole, I thought the episode was pretty good. It established some things. I'm not super hooked on any of the characters yet. I find Izuku more, like, mildly entertaining than anything.
I don't know. I'm gonna be neutral about the characters, but I think it sets a good precedent for the rest of the show.
I'm down with that. I've always been more of a side character person anyway.
Alright.
Right now, I think my favorite character is the mom.
Mom is
110%.
best I think that my favorite character was the tree guy.
Even though we all know it's a golden rule of shonens never to show the mom more than for, like, 2 minutes of screen time every, like, 25 episodes. That's max. Yeah, the tree guy was... You mean I am Groot? That's the only way we're... He's not Tree Man, he's I am Groot. Like, that whole scene was so weird. You had, like, naked mole rat man, like, robbing a bank. Then you had I am Groot. Then you had the, like, fire hydrant guy whose arms were, like, water that he could shape and pseudo-solidify. And then you
I think it was just introing heroes.
Then you had, like,
Pretty good.
Wasp, only in her giant form. Like, what was going on? And, like, the dialogue. Oh, man.
Alright. So, you satisfied with this so far?
That was just a good overall episode, I guess. I don't know. I'm getting more humor out of this than anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's not super dark, it's not super ready, it's a good intro.
Exactly. I
wouldn't expect too much out of a first episode. 3-episode rule.
3 episodes. Actually, yeah, that generally works. If you're not hooked by the first 3 episodes, there's probably not a whole lot there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that about wraps things up. Thanks, Nick.
Yeah.